Dear brothers and sisters, our path is followed by people of different faiths, different cultures, different parts of the world. And so questions come up as to how do we really put the path into play in the situations that we find ourselves in. And so we try to address those questions, as many as we can. And through those questions, the answers of many other people come in, and the answers as to how to interact with others, how to lead a life which will be fulfilling spiritually, as well as our responsibilities in the world, and guidance to be able to clarify what is the proper thing to be following in different scenarios that we find ourselves in. And so let us address some of those questions. Many questions come up, so we take a few every week to be able to maybe talk about different aspects of the path in different situations. So let's see where we go today.
On the spiritual path, how can we reconcile the paradox of the pursuit of excellence with not competing with others?
Our spiritual path is asking us to excel in all arenas of our life, whether they be physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. And so we want to do well. Each and every one of us wants to be as successful as we can be in all of those arenas. And so for that we work hard. And as we work hard, then we get better. And let's say you're a student who gets a C grade, then you want to do better to get a B grade. And if you're a student who gets a B grade, you want to work hard to get an A grade. And if you get an A grade, you want to work hard to get an A+. Okay. Also, the spiritual path is one in which as we gain, our gains are not at the cost of someone else. We need to recognize that all of us are a member of one great family, that's the family of God. And if we think of a family at the physical level, most families might have 2 or 3 or 4 kids in them. And so if one kid is doing well, they're not doing well at the cost of the other kid. And the parents, if they have to help someone, let's say, learn more in maths so that the child gets better in maths, it's not that they're going to say, okay, if one child is getting good in maths, that the second child should go bad in maths. You know. So it's the same thing with us. We're all members of the family of God, the Creator. And so when we excel, then we need to bring the other parts of our family also to come up. And so just like, if there's a horse race, we put blinders on the horses, they'll run in their own lane. And they're running in their own lane, they're not looking here and there to see what horse is running faster or which I pass through. They're just running in the lane to get better themselves. And the training also is to get better and better and better. And so I think to be at the top is to better ourselves, and it's not at the cost of anyone else. It's just like, can we do better ourselves? Like in sports, a long time ago, to do like 100 meters in 10 seconds was a big deal. Yeah? And there were people who were working hard and hard and hard to get there. So they're just trying to get better themselves. It's not that they want other people to do bad, because as they're getting better, others are getting better too. So now today, there have been so many people who have broken that record of 10 seconds. So everyone has gone forward. It's not like if one person broke it, that everyone else has gone to like maybe 11 seconds or 12 seconds or 13 seconds. So similarly, as we try to excel and we want to get to the top, then we are not looking at keeping someone else down. We're just trying to better ourselves. And so whether we get better physically or mentally or emotionally and definitely spiritually, those are the areas that we want to excel in. And as we excel, it's not to belittle someone else, it's just to use our capabilities that God has given us, our focus on life, our strength, our humility as we talk to other people, are looking at our life and trying to better ourselves as a human being, which is what this path is talking about.
How can we incorporate spirituality in everyday parenting, especially when tired?
One of the things you get to be a parent is to get tired. This is a part of the job. All parents work very hard to make sure that the life of their children is better. And today, in today's life, most husband and wives are both working. And so, as parents, there's a lot of pressure on us to take care of the children. And let's say, one of the spouses is not working, they stay at home. There's still many, many responsibilities in the house to take care of the house, to take care of the children, many other things that go along with, raising kids. You have to take them to different classes, and there's all kinds of other activities that the spouse who's at the house needs to take care of. So getting tired is, I think, very genuine. Getting tired happens to everyone. If we have children, it's our responsibility to raise them well. Those families in which there are children, it's the responsibility of the parents to raise the children well, to set a good example, so the children would be able to become good human beings, to be good citizens of the countries, and to be raised in a manner in which the spiritual values or the ethical values of life are important to the kids. And so that comes with example. Now what happens when you get tired is that when you get tired, then you don't feel like doing anything because you're very tired. But if the demands of your being a parent are such that you have to do something, then it is easy for us to get angry. And it's that anger that brings turmoil into the lives of everyone else and also into our life. So we need to get to a state in which we realize that we don't want to be angry. Every time you get angry, not only are you creating difficulties for someone else, you're creating a lot of difficulties for yourself. Because the one you hurt is yourself, because then the first thing that happens is, why did I get angry? Because in reality we are good people, we're not bad, we're not saying, oh, let me get angry at this guy and this guy, ha ha ha. We're nice people on the inside. And so when our circumstances make us angry, because it could be lack of time, it could be we are tired, it's like too many chores that we have to do, the kids are not listening to us, and there's all these other things that we have to fit into our life as you're raising kids. And so when you get angry, difficulties are bound to happen in your family and to yourself. So the key is to get to a state where we are not going to get angry. And so my suggestion would be to parents who are raising kids that they should take small breaks in the day to meditate. Whether they meditate for 7 minutes or 8 minutes or 10 minutes, whenever you have a little chance, just sit down and relax, close your eyes. And I think the quietness that you find within gives you the energy to deal with the environment on the outside. I realize that in today's age we all think like we have too many jobs to do, too many things to do, that we're not going to be able to get to do everything, and in the rush of completing this and completing this and completing this, anger comes in, and by doing all of the things we do get tired. And generally when you are tired, then you get bothered more by little things. If you're not tired, then something comes your way, you take it and it's gone. But when you're tired and you feel like, I'm doing the best that I can, how can I do something else? As soon as an input comes in which you need to be engaged, you get angry. And so I think as a parent who was taking care of the children, it's very important that we also uh, leave the children with a model which they look up to. If the children are seeing the parent or one of the parents get angry all the time, what do you think is going to be coming in their life? They're like a blank page in which the parents are writing what their life is going to be. So when children see the parents get angry all the time, then they think that's the way life goes on, and then they have anger built into their own systems as they deal with others too. And so we need to give a calm and a quiet presence to everyone. And so if the children see the parent like meditate for like say even 10 minutes, they realize, hey, this is maybe good to do, then let me do that too. I remember when I was young, I would see my parents meditate when we would get up in the morning, and then I started to sit with them too. So then it becomes a habit. So as the parents do, so the children pick up traits. And so tiredness is a part of being a parent. So I would say if you think you're not going to get tired, that's not possible. Raising kids, whether it's one kid or two kids, or three, and nowadays, people don't think about families with 7, 8, 9 kids. You wonder what the parents did in those days. How did those parents raise 7, 8, 9 kids? Because all the young kids, if we have one, they have trouble raising a second kid. They say, oh, there's so much work. I need a maid to help out here. I need 2 maids to do that. I need this, I need that, I need that. I can't do anything else because I'm so busy. So you wonder, how did our forefathers, they raised like 6, 7, 8 members of a family. That was very common those days. It's all a question of, having the patience, understanding that that role needs to be fulfilled properly. We need to do it in the best manner that we can. Because a parent is a role model for the children. And so whatever the parents do, that is what the children will take with them. And so I think as a parent, we need to realize we will get tired because, there's so many things to do for the kids, for us to take care of the household, for other activities, that tiredness is a part of being a parent. Then we need to realize how do we deal with that. So if we take a few breaks in the day, even a short breaks to sit down, close our eyes, meditate, we'll get the strength for within, and we'll also get the rest to the body. So a few minutes of meditation here, a few minutes of meditation there, a few minutes of meditation there are going to help us be able to deal with the restlessness of our other day-to-day activities. So I think the key is to relax, try to relax in the day, and that best relaxation comes through meditation. And then you'll be able to handle, your tiredness and everything else that goes with it.
How can selfless service enhance our meditations?
The saints have said that the benefits of selfless service are similar to the benefits of meditation. Okay. Meditation, even though we talk about it as being very easy, is not as easy as we talk about it. The difficult part comes in not in stilling the body, but in stilling the mind. That's the most difficult part. And the mind is very, very active, so to still it is not very easy. And this is where Simran comes into play, so that we are able to still the mind. So for those who are doing selfless service, if they were to immediately after doing the selfless service sit to meditate, they would reap the most benefits. Because when we do selfless service, and if we do it truly as it should be done, in which we are not expecting any rewards for ourselves, and we are not saying, I'm doing this, so someone needs to do this for me, or expecting any other activity to benefit us in any manner. When we do it selflessly, we help because we want to help. We help because we know that someone's life will get better. We help because we care. We help because we want to share whatever resources God has given us. So that selfless service is very good. So when we do selfless service like that, if we were to, right after that, sit in meditation, we will find that our meditation would be much more calmer, much more powerful. The key is, like, as we get involved in other aspects of our day-to-day life, then the charging that we've gotten by doing self-service is getting wiped out, and then it gets more difficult for us to still the mind, because the mind then is going to take us into this direction or that direction or that direction of the activities of the world. And so as our attention goes into all of those directions, then it's very difficult to still the mind. So I would say, like selfless service, for one, should be done properly, where it's not that we're showing someone that we're doing something. It's not like we are trying to get a position of power by doing something. It should be done to help someone, and it should be done like no expectations that, okay, it's boosting my ego up, or it's I'm going to get this kind of gain, or I've become so and so in the organization, and things like that, because then the sole purpose of selfless service is kind of lost. But when it's done properly, and if we sit to meditate right after that, then the true rewards of that service that we've done will be reaped by us, because when we're doing selfless service in a manner which we want to extend a helping hand, then we are calmer already. And so meditation is a means of getting us more calm and more calm and more calm. And so as we do it after doing selfless service, it gives us a better chance to be able to still our mind quickly. And this is why so much emphasis is laid on like doing the Simran during the day, even when we are doing other activities, when we're not doing any mental activity. Because the key is that our mind be stilled when we want to meditate. And our mind will get stilled as its power goes into being focused on God, which is what Simran is doing. So Simran is repeating God's name and taking that power of the mind which sends thoughts to us, instead of sending thoughts to us, it's focused on God. And it's then that we're able to connect with the divine light within. We're not disturbed, because our attention is then away from all the activities of the world. So I think the key is, like, selfless service is very helpful to meditation, but to reap the rewards of the selfless service, we should meditate right after that, and then we'll definitely reap the rewards.
How does our ability to concentrate impact our meditation?
Meditation is an activity which gets better and better as our attention is focused more on the inside. Yeah. So it's a question of where we focus our attention. Now, when we connect to sit down to meditate, as we withdraw the 5 physical senses, we find a quiet place, we sit down, we start to repeat God's name, which is Simran, and then we connect with the light. Now, the light is not coming from the outside. The light of God is within each and every one of us. So as we get connected, as we get concentrated, we experience the light. As we get distracted, we experience darkness. And so what is happening is, like, people who meditate, and their concentration is not that strong in the beginning. Okay? So when they close their eyes to meditate, they concentrate for a second or two, and they see the light, and they're not concentrated because the thought comes to them, and the thought could be of anything. Then they get into the thought, and so then to them it's darkness. It's not like light is coming and then darkness is coming. It's just that the light is always there, but our thought has put like a blockage on the light for us to see. Today is a rainy day, okay? So it's all cloudy. And so if we come out, we don't see the sun. And so one might see, oh, the sun is not there, or the sun didn't come out today, not realizing if you get in the plane, and the plane will go through the clouds, and those of you who've flown on a rainy day or on a cloudy day, we go on the other side of the clouds, and the sun is there and with all its brilliance. So the clouds have kind of put a blanket on the sun, so that we are unable to experience the light of the sun. Yeah. It's the same thing in our meditation. The divine light of God is within each and every one of us, and this current of light and sound of God is reverberating within us 24 hours a day. Now, when we are concentrated, we experience the light. When we are distracted, we experience darkness. So the key is to be concentrated more and more and more. The key is to be taking away from the distractions more and more and more. So to take away from the distractions, we do Simran. Repeat God's name. So that the source from where the thoughts are coming, which is the mind, is then focused on God. Because we want to experience God, we want to experience the Creator. And so it's not focused on activities of the world anymore. And we're repeating God's name, so we're taking the power of the mind, which is always want to do something, we're focusing it on God. And then we will be able to peel this blanket which is over the light, and we'll be experiencing the light all the times. But any time a thought comes in, we get distracted and it looks like darkness to us because our concentration is broken. So it's by practice that we get better. And it's like try again. The more we practice, the better we get. So meditation is the practice. We need to practice on a daily basis. We need to practice doing the Simran so that our mind is still. We need to practice to make sure that our gaze is proper. We need to practice that we're not going to move so that we're not distracted. We need to practice all of these. So the more we practice it, the better we get at it. And then we realize that the light is always there. And we just need to be able to connect with it, and we need to peel off all the barriers which are coming between the light and us. And those can be peeled off as our concentration gets better, as our attention gets better, and as we are able to meditate regularly, properly, repeatedly, we'll find that our meditative experiences, we get more and more conscious of our real self. So let us meditate for a few minutes. Please sit as comfortably as you can. Close your eyes very gently, just like you close them when you go to sleep. Your eyeballs should be straight, focused 8 to 10 inches in front of you. As you close your eyes, those of you who have been initiated in the message of the beyond, please do Simran. And those of you who are new here, please repeat any name of God that you feel comfortable with. This repetition of God's name should be done mentally and not out loud. Right in front of you, vistas of light will open up. And I pray that you are able to gain from those vistas. It's my prayer to God Almighty and to the three great spiritual masters of the past century, Hazur Baba Sawan Singh Ji Maharaj, Param Sant Kripal Singh Ji Maharaj, and the Alpur Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj, to help each and every one of us here experience the divine current of light and sound within, and to experience the divine light in its effulgence. We'll be sitting for a few minutes. I'll be getting you out of this meditative state, and my best wishes are with each and every one of you. Please leave off. Please leave off.